sussing out your luck, going hard in the paint, and that's how you assert dominance.
Hey, what's up guys, it's SirTagCR, and today we're back at it again with a 12-win graveyard deck. Poison is the most predominant spell in the metagame, and it denies almost all damage from the graveyard. So you have to have multiple ways of reliably baiting out your opponent's poison, and this is exactly what this deck has. If your opponent continuously poisons the graveyard, all you have to do is focus on stacking Spear Goblin Huts, and you'll eventually overwhelm them. Ice Golem is the best possible tank for graveyard for its cost. You have guards in this deck because Double Prince is just so prevalent. Mega Minion also allows you to do really well against a lot of bridge spam decks. And of course you have the Electro Wizard, one of the most versatile cards in the game. And if you don't have the Electro Wizard, you can always sub it out for the Musketeer. Musketeer does way worse against giant Double Prince or bridge spam because it doesn't have the stun mechanic, but it has a lot higher DPS, so you're going to fare a lot better against all those Golem and beatdown deck pushes. Anyway, as you guys already know, this is one of my all-time favorite decks. We've been copying 12 wins left and right with this deck all day, every day. So let's go jump right into the 12 win and let's see what we can get. Getting 22k gold as expected. Mega Minion, that is in that deck. Oh guys, the nostalgia from the Furnace. I miss my Furnace graveyard. Inferno Tower is here. Musketeer can also replace the Electro Wizard. Goblin Huts in this deck. We're getting all the graveyard cards, except we're getting Zappies there. The Harry Potter does make an appearance. Ice Golem, another card in this deck. Are we going to get the entire card list of the deck? Getting the Goblin Gang, I feel like we're not going to get a graveyard. We're going to get 11 Barbarian Barrels though, so that is an epic that I really desperately needed, and I'm happy to get that card. We are getting on our way to maxing it out already at level 6. So guys, let's go jump straight to some GCs and let's assert some dominance. Alright guys, so we had a game and unfortunately we do not have Spear Goblin Hut in our starting hand, so I'm just going to cycle an Ice Golem in the back, and I want to keep my guards because it is a defending unit that could be used against Hog Riders. If I go and cycle anything else, I could be in a world of pain. So he's going to go drop his Hog Rider. I'm going to go cycle my Goblin Hut. It's going to go pull the Hog Rider, and his guards, Ice Golem, Hog Rider, probably going to be Xe NATO with either Fireball or Poison. If it's Fireball, it's going to be a free win. If he has Poison, then obviously we're going to have to bait it out every single time with the Spear Goblin Hut. Just waiting and see what he's up to. He's going to be cycling Ice Spirit. And the one thing that I really don't want to have happen is I don't want him to activate the King Tower immediately with an Electro Wizard. So I don't really want to go drop my Electro just yet. I'd rather just cycle my Log on top of the guards instead of dropping my Electro. Because a lone Electro Wizard, if they pull correctly with the Tornado, they could easily activate King. He's going to try to vigorously cycle back to a Hog Rider. So I'm going to go in with Electro. I'm going to use my guards. Hog Rider might get 1 or 2 hits. Probably just 1 hit on the tower. And I'm fine with that as well. So around even tower damage, and there it is. So he dropped the Executioner. That's exactly what I was expecting early on after seeing the initial starting cards. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cycle my Mega Minion. Trying to keep my Spear Goblin Hut in hand because I don't really know what he's going to do. I don't know when he's going to go drop his Hog Rider. I'd rather just have that in hand and have the ability to drop it at any point. I'm going to go drop a Log right on top of the Ice Spirit, and we end up missing the Ice Spirit. Oh guys, that is a disastrous maneuver, but we're just going to bounce back with the Spear Goblin Hut. He cannot bypass that with a Hog Rider, thankfully, and he's going to try to bypass it, but it's not really going to work. Hog Rider is going to go directly towards the Spear Goblin Hut. I'm going to go drop my guards, and he's not going to get any hits with that Hog Rider, fortunately for us. So I want to go in for my Graveyard Poison, and I want to see what he has actually running. What are you running, man? I want to go same lane as you as well. I don't want to deviate and go opposite lane. Is he either going to be running Poison or he's going to be running Fireball? Because he had Poison, he's actually able to defend, but now I get a free Spear Goblin Hut, and I also get a Headbutt with the Ice Golem. So he's going to drop a lot of units in the back, and I assume, okay, he's going to go off his lane. I'm just going to drop a lower Goblin Hut, because I actually was able to do that in reaction to the Hog Rider, and not an initial, like, preemptive placement. So I'm going to go drop a Electro Wizard also, going in the same lane as I want to. Hog Rider will get 1 hit. Not too bad, not too shabby. I'm just going to go for Poison Ship damage. Not too bad. I don't really want to go in for a Graveyard just yet. Actually, alright. So he's kind of forcing my hand here. He's going really hard in the paint. He's playing this exceptionally well. And I'm going to be going in for a Graveyard right here, right now. We're going to eat up a little bit of guard damage in the right-hand lane. It's not too significant. He's got to poison that, and then he doesn't have an answer to the Spear Goblin Hut. So the Spear Goblin Hut is going to give me a lot of damage in the right-hand lane. His Hog Rider is going to be barreling right on through towards the Spear Goblin Hut. And if you guys notice that placement, it's really important to do. If you get that down correctly, that is the most optimal placement if you have to do it preemptively against a Hog Rider. We're going to keep going in for poisons on top of the Executioner. He went in for a Log. That means that he doesn't have an answer to guards when he drops his Hog Rider. And I'm just going to wait for the Executioner to die. I'm going to go in for an Ice Golem, and we're going to be going in hot. So I have to go in for a Log on top of the Ice Spirit. And then I also have to go in for guards. Notice that he doesn't have Log in cycle, so he has no way of disrupting the guards. And the Ice Golem's going to get death damage. We're going to go in for a poison, and that will secure our victory. So good game, well played, and good luck, sir. Actually, it did not secure my victory. I have to still go in for a Goblin Hut and then log him out. Unfortunately, he still has to get logged, guys. So the big log of justice is going to be rolling right through, and that's going to be a good game, man. All right, guys, so we got a game against Joker, and we have one of the best starting hands possible. I'm going to go sauce out my Goblin Hut. I'm going to play very passively to start off this game. He's going to go drop a Royal Ghost, so that's probably going to be meaning that it's going to be a P.E.K.K.A deck. He's going to go in for a Miner, and this is going to be poison value for him. I wonder if he's going to take it. He's actually going to go in for a Log, and he misses the guard, so that means I'm going to go in for a Graveyard, and we're going to see what's up. Are you actually running the P.E.K.K.A deck with poison? You have to be. So there's the Zappies, a true indicator that he's running P.E.K.K.A poison, and I guess he had to cycle to his poison, and that's going to be a ton of damage on his tower. So the biggest thing that you want to do against this deck is always starting off with your Spear Goblin Hut lower. The reason I drop a lower Spear Goblin Hut is because I want to be able to have the ability to pull all of his units. And if I'm able to do that, guess what? Then my Spear Goblin Hut's going to get a lot more value. Also, if you drop a higher one, he's going to have Flying Machine. So Flying Machine is easily able to pick off your Spear Goblin Hut. You want him to have to poison it. If he has to poison your Spear Goblin Huts, you are able to poison his, but then also you have Graveyard, right? So if he goes and decides to poison your Spear Goblin Hut, you can easily deal with all of his other units. But he's going to lose his tower if he ever poisons your Graveyard, or if he ever poisons your Spear Goblin Hut. He has to save that for the Graveyard. So you're going to see what I mean right here. I'm going to go in for poison, and he's going to be forced to deal with the Spear Goblin Hut. He goes in for a Log, and he also goes in for a Miner. That's 5 elixir, and he doesn't have his Log in cycle. So I feel like I can just go in for guards and Graveyard and take his tower. He also went in for a P.E.K.K.A in the back, so that's pretty much forfeiting his tower, and that is going to be good riddance tower, and that's probably going to be a good game. As I said before, if you don't have a high Spear Goblin Hut, it's very easy to play past the P.E.K.K.A, and you're going to see that in the rest of this game. I'm just going to pass the P.E.K.K.A as it walks its way across the map. I'm also down a little bit of elixir, so I don't really want to, I just don't want to really deal with that right now. I'm just going to go in for a Mega Minion in the back. I'm going to wait for the P.E.K.K.A to go, and then I'm going to go in for an Ice Golem. I'm going to poison everything, and then I'm going to go drop guards. So the reason I'm dropping guards is to keep the Flying Machine inside the poison. I don't want to draw the P.E.K.K.A, and I want to deal with the Zappies. So, yeah, he's going to continuously go in for the P.E.K.K.As. I'm just going to go in for a Spear Goblin Hut. I'm going in for Mega Minion in the back, and I'm going to play past the P.E.K.K.A again, guys. This is my favorite childhood game, playing past the P.E.K.K.A. Actually, it's going to go towards the Spear Goblins, but still the Royal Ghost got passed, and that's more than enough for me. All I'm going to do is go in for Guard Surround right on top of the Royal Ghost, and we're going to be chilling. The P.E.K.K.A isn't even going to get a single hit. Royal Ghost has to deal with each guard individually, and we're going to go in for low Spear Goblin Hut yet again. It's going in for Zappies, and he's having a heck of a time dealing with our units. He really doesn't like this at all. We're going to go in for an Electro Wizard Reactionary right on top of or Reaction Electro Wizard right on top of the Miner. Miner got one hit. I could have done that a little bit cleaner. If you guys didn't know already, you drop the Electro Wizard right on top of the Miner, and if you do a Reaction Electro Wizard, you can always catch it before it gets a hit. Alright guys, so we got a game against Korea Balin. He's going to be saucing out the Giant in the back. So I'm going to go cordially greet him with a Spear Goblin Hut, and we're going to see what's up. He's actually got Bowler as well. So this is going to be a much harder matchup than I usually would be, but hopefully we can win it. We're going to be dropping our Mega Minion off to the side. I don't want to go drop my Electro Wizard just yet because he might go in for a poison. He's actually going to go sauce out a Witch. So he's going to have multifarious answers to our Spear Goblin Hut. It's going to be very hard for me to stack up Spear Goblins. Hopefully he doesn't have poison. Hopefully he's just going to have a Fireball here. What I want to do is I just want to make sure that I soak up as much damage as possible with our Ice Golem. Dropping that a little bit further away from our Spear Goblin Hut because I don't want him to be able to hit everything in one foul swoop. If I dropped the Ice Golem there, it would have accumulated, and then the splash damage from the Bowler would have done some serious work to me. So unfortunately, I'm not going to have a tank for my Graveyard. I'm just going to have to go like this. That Graveyard placement will allow all of the skeletons to completely surround the pump, and the pump is going to get worked on first and foremost. We do not actually get any tower damage. We completely work on the pump, and it's always worthwhile. So if they ever pump up in the back and you don't have a tank for your Graveyard, make sure that you do that placement. It's really important, especially against 3 Musketeer decks. So he's going to be dropping a Santa Claus yet again in the back. I'm just going to go in with a Mega Minion. He's dropping another Mega Minion, and he's going to go in with a Witch. So what I want to do here is I want to go in for Electro Wizard, and I also want to go in for a Poison. So I want to wait and make sure that, okay, never mind. I don't have the luxury of dropping Electro Wizard. We're going to have to drop guards. And probably have to drop Electro on defense, maybe. Okay, so it's not too bad, not too shabby. I'm going to have to drop my Electro right on top of the Witch. Otherwise, you know, the guards would have taken their sweet time walking up to the Witch while the Witch would have been waddling through and just hammering down my tower. We can't have that happen. He's actually got Fireball. He doesn't have Poison. So he's having Graveyard Fireball. Very interesting. I guess this guy hates 3 Musketeers. We're going to be going in for an Ice Golem. We're going to also go in for a Graveyard. He's going to pump up at that exact moment. So this is going to be the punishing time. We're going to go in for a Poison. We're going to try to get a lot of damage off on the pump. He's also going to drop a Witch right into it. So that's going to be tower for sure, and I think we got the game in the bag. So the biggest thing to take away from this game is that graveyard placement. If you guys did not know that, it is very, very important. So since he's got graveyard, I'm probably going to try to cycle back to another poison, and there's not too much you can do about it as long as we get a poison back in cycle. I'm going to go in for an Electro Wizard higher up because I don't want him to have Fireball damage right on top of our tower. I knew that he was going to go in for a Fireball. I'm going to go in for a Guard Surround right on top of the Boulder as soon as possible. And then we're going to go in for another Spear Goblin Hut. I'm just trying to draw everything in the left-hand lane. I really don't want to have to deal with this. We have 10 seconds left. Just got to casually defend the Virginity. Can't let anything through. We're just holding on to Poison because we know he's got Graveyard in hand. We don't want to allow that to happen. So we're just going to drop a Poison and we're going to sauce out the good game. GG, man. Let's move on to the next one. Alright, guys. So we're playing against the YOLO Master. We're going to be saucing out the Goblin Hut as our starting player. And we're going to see what's up. What is he up to? We're dropping the Good Luck as well. And he's not dropping any cards. So he's dropping Night Witch. Is this going to be Golem or is it going to be the giant minor poison deck that I featured earlier? Neither, actually. It's going to have Ceiling Fan. Actually, it'll probably be Golem after we see Ceiling Fan. So, I was right the first time. Spear Goblins will soak up a lot of the hits from the Night Witch. Unfortunately, I don't have an Ice Golem Graveyard to tank. I'm just going to chill and wait and see what he wants to do. You don't really want to overextend with Graveyard early on in single Elixir because they could always have a huge surprise with the Minion Horde, minions, and then you just don't have enough Elixir to poison then because it is single Elixir. And then your push is just completely thwarted and you don't have much to do. So we're just going to go in for another Goblin Hut. I'm still feeling out this man. We saw Mega Knight, we saw Mega Minion, we saw Miner, so it's probably going to have poison for defense. I'm still not really sure what this deck is. It's kind of abstract after seeing Night Witch with Mega Knight. That's just something that you don't see very often. So he might actually be running Golem Mega Knight. That would not surprise me. We just want to go and cycle an Electro Wizard pretty far in the back, but not completely far in the back, because if we drop it really far back, then it's going to be some poison value. I can't allow that to happen. I'm not going to go in for a Graveyard because it would be too much Elixir. I'm just going to go in for a Poison. I want to see what he's up to. Electro Wizard is going to be hammering down on the tower, and he's just soaking up so much damage. This guy is definitely running Golem. If he's not running Golem, I would be shocked. Only a true Golem player eats that amount of damage. We're going to go in for a Mega Minion in the back, and there's the Golem, guys. That's what I'm talking about. I knew this guy. I read him like a book. So we're going to go in for an Ice Golem, and then we're going to go in for a Spear Goblin Hut. We're trying to pass the Golem to the furthest possible route. We're going to drop an Electro Wizard right on top to make sure that we deal with the bats. The bats get on top of the tower. That's a lot of damage. We do not take kindly to that amount of damage. The Miner, it's going to do a stagnant 500 damage. Not something I really have to worry about. However, if he gets on top of my tower with bats, the bats do a lot of damage really, really fast. Their attack speed is incredible. We're going to go in for Guard's Graveyard. We will end up taking the tower, and now we have to focus our efforts on defending. So what I want to do is I want to go cycle a Mega Minion. I want to go drop my Goblin Hut. I'm going to get ready for a Poison and a Log to make sure that we clean up the Night Witch. So he's going to go in for a Golem right at the river, as I expected. We're going to go in for Log. We're going to go in for Guards right on top of the Miner, because now the Miner is becoming a little bit more of a threat. I'm also going to go in for an Ice Golem to pull everything to the left-hand lane, and then the Mega Minion won't do anything. We're going to go in for a Mega Minion right on top of the Flying Machine. His Mega Knight ends up dying, and we're doing really well here. So we are actually thriving. Despite him running the Gold Mega Knight surprise deck, it did not work out for him. He's got Miner in the deck too. It's so abstract, guys. He banked all of his push completely on just taking my tower in that one fell swoop, and he did not get it. So good game, well played, and good luck, sir. And that's actually where I'm going to end today's video. It was nice to finally be able to play Graveyard again. This deck was one of the best decks for the 20-win challenge. And if you haven't played it yet, I highly suggest trying it out for yourself. The deck link will be down below as the pinned comment. Also, be sure to check out RoyaleAPI.com for all the latest and greatest 12-win decks. The link for that will also be down below in the description of the video and as the pinned comment. Thanks for watching, thanks for chilling with me, and I can't wait to see you guys next time. Peace out.